Welcome back to the channel. Have not really made any progress. Had a lot going on. Excuses, I know. But I honestly have not really decided what I'm going to do yet. Likely going to buy a used cylinder head, maybe even a used crank. Used connecting rods, pistons, again, cleaning everything up, going back in for reassembly, making sure everything is to the right tolerance and spec. But right now I'm just kind of working on organizing, cleaning up. And if you remember from the first video, I had made mention of not necessarily being ready to take on a project car. Well, that's finally kind of catching up with me. I hope y'all understand. I mean, I had moved the bike out of here into the workshop, and then I started working on getting the workshop ready to work on all this stuff, and realized, well, now the bike's in the way again. But other than that, I've still got my pile ready to go, ready to be cleaned, tore down, replaced, whatever needs what. Working on cleaning this up a little bit. Still got to fully dismantle the block. I haven't even got that far yet, but again, that's the benefit of this. I'm just taking my time. Well, I'm going to show you all the workshop here in a minute. So I finally got some progress made. Got the transmission held up by a good old 2x4 and a strap, because there's really no other way to do it. I'm just having it resting on the mounting locations. So just to move it around, I still at some point need to get this whole car outside and clean all this up. And I mean, right now we're still on the ramps. What I had bought, I'm going to buy some more of these. They're these little wheel dollies you put underneath. I got one on the other side, of course. You see how tight everything is. But I just needed a little bit more room in here for the bike. I knew there was room. I knew that was the plan pretty much from the start. I had just been waiting to buy everything. You just put them underneath and push the car into this little corner. It just made it. Got my little charger going back there. It's hooked up to the battery. But I mean, there's actually not that. Yeah, it's not that bad for room. Not the end of the world. But again, that's going to be fun trying to figure out how to get it outside and cleaned and back in and back on the ramps. And I already know what's going to happen. I need to buy those jacks I mentioned. They just go under the sill. They're kind of I'll put a picture up or something. It's not that complicated, but so I guess for now I'll kind of show you around the garage. Just extra little storage space. Everywhere I could find, I would just, everywhere I could find, I'm just putting shelves up out of the way, above shoulder height. Got my hanging cabinets here. Neat little things. About 80 bucks, Harbor Freight. You got to completely put them together. They come flat packed. Oop. But don't really have a whole lot. But I mean, believe me, this stuff, it makes it so nice. Makes it so nice having all this overhead storage. Household stuff. It's storage. Tools. You all have seen this already for the most part. I'm not going to go through every drawer. This is my little Franken cart. I'm sure you've seen that. Took notice of that once or twice. There's Scout. The workbench. But again, more above storage. Overhead storage. Everything that was in my rolling cabinet, I took out of the cabinet and put that in the workshop because I needed floor space. It's just how it works. Got the welder, and that is hooked up. I moved the washer and dryer. There was a washer and dryer and a wall. You can kind of see where the wall was. I got rid of the wall It wasn't load bearing or anything. Put the washer and dryer in the house, replumbed all that, and rewired the 240 for a welder plug. And I should have put an extension cord in there, but I did not. But for now, it's fine. It doesn't have to go very far. And just little cubbies, little shelves, wherever you can fit stuff. I mean, oops. Again, just one of those little shelving unit that just perfectly fit in that spot. So kind of had to buy it. Got my outdoor sink. It's got it plumbed into the, I mean, it's got it plumbed into the clean out. Nothing's permanent, it's just all loosely fit. It's been raining, so everything splashes up. Again, this thing was like 80 bucks. It's got a little fitting there, a little T-fitting. I had to buy a fitting to make that washer line work on here. I want to get a longer one, but I mean, for now, this is perfect. When you're up to your armpits in grease and oil, you can just come out here and wash up versus going into the house and being careful what you touch and then make your bathtub all nasty. I mean, or you can just come out here. All right, this is the doorway entering the shed / workshop. Little cat door. Got shelves, extra stuff from over the years. There's that other washer line. This is where the power comes in, and the air line goes out, down under the ground, down here, and up there and into the attic. Yeah, the yard. I'm in the middle of something. Scout, come on. Anyway. Oop. Anyway. Got all this overhead stuff. It's just a traditional shed. Can't really see. There's a door that opens up, which is neat because then you can put all full length stuff up in the rafters. Freaking awesome. Really simple thing to do. A little heater, which I do use, kerosene heater. Obviously, I don't leave this on when I'm using the heater. Everything works pretty good. A little kerosene heater. I'm looking forward to using that this year. Just extra shelves everywhere I can just fit stuff. It's the old man's toolbox. And now, there's the press. Use the heck out of that over the years. This is the workbench I built from scratch. Little Harbor Freight light, 20 bucks. It was on sale. It's not that dark in here, I don't know why. I haven't yet really moved into here yet. It's about 8. It's a 4x8 sheet of 3/4 plywood cut in half and laid on top of each other. And I mean, I went pretty heavy duty. I mean, everything is centered on. I mean, this back piece is on studs. Everything is on a stud. You just see the backing 2x4s to have even extra support on that gap. To have even extra support on that back one. I mean, you could hammer away on this thing if you wanted to. But this was my first real-ish toolbox roll around. Tractor Supply Special. I didn't know any better at the time. I saw it and think, oh wow, that's a nice box. That thing's huge. Free cabinets. Free filing cabinets I got from work. Just extra storage. So this is where I'm going to do a lot of, I'm not really sure yet, to be honest. Don't mind that. That's old antenna for something. Never worked out. But gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot going on in here. Likely gonna be reassembly, polishing stuff, lapping valves. Really, what rebuilding a carburetor, rebuilding something. You know, I'm not gonna go right on the wood. I'm probably gonna put a mat down, some of those absorbent pads, whatever. And here we have the workshop. Part of the second part of it. There's the compressor. There's my sandblasting cabinet. I got all the old media out of it. It was some nasty stuff. It was just black titanium, aluminum, something. Nasty, nasty stuff. I'm just gonna use walnut shell from now on. Because that's black sandy stuff I had was just nasty stuff. Bad, bad stuff. But I didn't know any better when I bought it. It was cheap. So, but like I said, I'm going to take this outside and clean it off real good and re-silicone everything. And this is my newest addition. This is the big one. This isn't the one you buy at Harbor Freight. I've still got to put it together. I mean, it's mostly together. I've just got to get the, it just comes with one little nozzle. I'm going to get the brush and all the extra attachments. I guess it doesn't look that big on camera, but it's pretty big. It's a 40-gallon. I mean, you see the size of the sandblasting cabinet, and there's a broom. I mean, it's pretty hefty. But this is what you want. I mean, when you're splashing around, you put a whole cylinder head in there. You can put an inline 6-cylinder head in there. That's why I bought a bigger one. I could have just bought a small one and used it temporarily, but I installed a valve there, you can see, for draining it. Makes life a little easier. This is just one of those outdoor, indoor-ish plastic Lowe's cabinets. It's been multi-purposed. I've used this for many different things over the years. Right now, it's in here staged for, I'm going to put those absorbent mats. When I'm done cleaning stuff in here, it's going to go over here to dry. Or, you know, but before that, I can blow it off a little bit, get all the big stuff off, then let it sit over there to dry. My little DeWalt grinder. I've yet to it's not really set up for anything specific right now. It's just got your basic grinding wheel and a wire wheel brush that's really a little too small. But, you know, again, I haven't needed to use this thing in a couple of years now. I'll just get the right stuff for it and maybe even put a buffing wheel on one side or whatever I need to use, really. I might just get rid of the grinder part and just have a bigger wire wheel and then a buffing wheel for polishing stuff. It's on this nice little stand. This is actually a pretty decent stand. Harbor Freight again, but a lot has to do with the weight of this thing. And I do have a rubber mud flap insulated in between it to isolate it. This is a workbench. This is what I've been wanting to build for a while, and I needed somewhere to do dirty teardown work, grinding on stuff, porting out a cylinder head, busting junk off old metal, busting rust. There's a little latch here. Put this up here. It's kind of hard one-handed. Hopefully y'all can see how this works. And that leg doesn't fall. It shouldn't. Dang it. Didn't want that to happen. Oh, I jacked up that hinge. That's fine. The hinge, I installed a hinge on this thing. It's junk. I need to put a better one on there. So, there we have it. I had put a little stopper there to help keep it sturdy, and as you can see, all the weight, you know, that's what those 2x4s were for, and that 2x6, which that's actually original. That was there. There is another one right there, and I remember there was remnants of a workbench when I moved in. But I mean, this is the This is the workshop I've been telling you about. Got pretty much just everything I need in some form or another. So I got just enough room.